Hi there, it's Shell and Clint.
Hi guys.
Just a quick update on stuff. Look at our beets. Our beets are right here. Yeah, she ate them, pulled them all up. So we have them in the fridge, the ones that she actually pulled up, and we're gonna roast them.
Her name is Dora, by the way.
We named her Dora, Dora the Explorer. The spinach is right there. It's gone to seed.
Yeah, so
and
we're just letting it
we're
go.
letting it go to seed, and then we'll put, they say to put a plastic bag and kind of thump it, and the seeds will fall in the bag. So we'll have spinach seeds for next year.
Yeah.
What's that over there? Kale.
Yeah, Kale.
This is a weed, I think.
It is. I just haven't got there yet.
Okay. So we've been picking kale. We're getting quite a bit of kale, so that's nice. And then this morning, Dora came by, started munching on the carrots. But look at these pile of carrots. So since we're out here, Clint is going to thin the carrots, and we're going to see what we have.
Yeah, I'll probably might plant some more. But all these, if you guys, you can show it to them. These are way too, and I don't even know.
Well, they're really thick, and if you look down at the base, you can kind of see. Oh, my hand's in the way.
Yeah,
you can kind of see a bit of it.
There
I mean,
so
we're going to kind of look and see what we can get. We were thinking even if, they're kind of small. Ooh, that one's a nice one. Show them. Our first carrot, guys. Woohoo! So he's picking them, just some of them. And then these are kind of like the size that you would have, like fancy carrots, like a fancy meal.
But some of them are just...
Some of them are really close to each other, and they need room to grow.
They just won't grow.
So we'll see how he does. He does pretty good at... And this is later in the year than what we typically... Because at this time, a couple of years ago, we had so much spinach and kale and stuff like that. But Dora has been coming with her twins, and her twins haven't been here the last couple of days, which is heartbreaking.
Well, they're all right. She's probably just...
She probably put them somewhere and told them to stay put.
And they're safe, I'm sure.
We can't stress about them, It's nothing we can do. And no, we're not feeding them because it's illegal to feed.
Well, it doesn't do them any good to feed. She has been eating our hay.
She does, and she gets in with the goats, so we just let her. But just to let you guys know, we do have a fence, but it's only 4 foot. Yeah. And they say in order to...
You need at least have a
8 to 10 foot fence.
And we just don't...
So if we end up doing like a really big garden area, we'll have to put a fence up.
Yeah.
But I did get some Irish Spring soap. It's really strong scented. And they say to hang that around. What's that?
I think it was a stick I used to plant.
Oh, okay.
I think is what it was.
So there's quite a bit of carrots. They're about baby size.
Yeah.
Kind of like...
But that'd be fine. You can still
roast them or eat them raw. Yeah.
So those I would just leave. I mean, maybe I'd try.
Well, yeah, let them.
You can't really transplant them very easy.
Yeah, sometimes they have shock. They go into shock.
Yeah. So if I can hold one down, then hopefully, like that one, I think if I can pull that one out and then cover that one up, that should help me do it. But
the goats might eat some food too.
Yeah, see, these are just too...
We close the goats off from the field because they're not going anywhere. They just stay in their little field. And now it looks like they need to, I need to give them some hay.
Well, I did that.
But yeah, if we decide to do, Lindsay said, put up a fence. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It has to be really, really high. So we watched her this morning, and when she came out here, Clint was, honey, you got to go away.
It was so funny.
And she did, because I stepped out, and she was like, what?
She just looked at us like,
Looked at me and was chewing her cud, and
I said, Dora, I think don't eat my garden. And so she went over to the elm trees, so
the elm trees are over there. There's like hay bales and stuff over there that I guess they're not going to move. I don't know.
Well, that all blew down.
It
That
blew
used to be a
down,
huge
and
hay barn at one time.
Did used to be a really big hay barn.
And then we had I think we had 60-mile-an-hour winds, and it just destroyed it.
It did, and we used to get in there. It's not our property, but we used to get in there and cut them down because we had bears and stuff in there. So who knows? It looks pretty thick, so we tried to buy it because it's just like a triangle.
So hopefully, I think holding them down might help with keeping the others not...
Yeah, just pulling the ones you want to pull. Yeah, Glenn said next time he's going to get those the little...
They make a planter
for teeny tiny seeds. So yeah, so Clint went to work yesterday. I have been having migraines, and yesterday was a really bad day. So he went to work and had a flat on the way home. So he's like really hurting today because he had to go and get new tires, but he had to change the flat, and yeah. So let me show you the rest while he's doing that.
So these are orange, and these ones are red.
Oh, you got red ones?
These are all red. Yeah, I planted red on that.
Oh, cool.
I planted red and orange, so I did.
Okay, let me know when you pull a red one.
I went and sorted all these, so.
Oh, so you may not need to pull any.
Well, I could pull one. It ain't gonna hurt any.
Well, I know that. I was just.
No, it's not very big.
We did these ones one year, and seriously, they were like nubs. I don't know what they were called, but
those are short ones.
They were like this long, but they were really big. They would get really big,
fat,
and they really weren't very tasty. We didn't care for them.
No, the red. Oh God, the red ones are my favorite. I try to plant. Next time I'll probably plant all
And then
red.
we also planted white, and I wasn't
didn't like those.
Yeah,
either.
I wasn't fond of those. But let me show ya. Lindsay, are you watching? There he is. Look at him, he's so big. Gonna let him grow like a day or two more. But zucchinis will grow really fast.
Yeah.
He's about 6 inches, so. I think that's the only one. We did have a smaller one down below, but I don't think it's not doing anything because it wasn't fertilized.
I was gonna pollinate it, but it was
too
too late. And so
yeah, you have to come out daily and pollinate and stuff. We do have some bees flying around, so sometimes they'll pollinate, but you know, with the shortage on the bees and stuff, you have to kind of pollinate yourself.
And
in order to get
and stuff, you can pollinate really easy.
Oh, they're very simple to pollinate. So if anyone needs demonstration, let us know.
Well, I was going to show them how to do it when we have those two open.
Okay, we still have to have a couple open.
Yeah,
we still have a couple of beans, both sides. Did you just do these over here? Yeah.
Really
it's not going very good. Look at our garden. The weeds are awesome.
Tell ya.
We never had anything plant or grow in these two except weeds. And then here is, look, it's the male though. This is our spaghetti squash.
Show them why it's a male.
So, see, if you look inside, it looks like a little male.
No.
Why?
The stem. Look at the stem.
Isn't that what I'm looking at?
No, it's the stem. That's how you show it.
Oh, I see it inside.
No, it's the stem itself.
So Clint says it's the stem itself. So how do I know?
Well, there's no fruit.
Oh, there's no fruit.
If it's a female, it has a fruit.
Do we have any females
No.
forming?
Leave me alone. I'm sorry. Get in your boat, flower, and leave me alone. No, we don't have any females here on that.
I think we have rhubarb. I want to try rhubarb this year.
Yeah, this one is a female one right here. You can show it to them. That way they'll see.
Okay, I'll show you a female here in a minute. I don't know. But this is our red warty thing, and somebody's been munching on it. So one time when we had the goats got out and came in and ate our garden. It's when we had a lot. They were hungry all the time.
Yeah, they did. That's a red one, but I thought it was going to be bigger than that.
Holy moly, they're so pretty.
But they're good. And red is really,
That's
really
a little
good.
taste. Okay, where's the female?
Right here. Come from this angle and you'll see it.
You have to come from this angle and I will see it. Where?
Right here. Show the bottom of it.
Oh, there it is.
See how it's got the fruit and then the flower?
That's how you can tell they're a female.
And you can actually do it. Let me do it.
I can tell from inside.
So this is a male because it didn't have a fruit. So what you do is
you get into the itty bitty boy part. See, it's a boy part.
Yeah.
It does look like a little boy part.
Yeah. So and hold that.
Hold the little guy.
Yeah. Yes, this one, right? So you can come in and take off the flower. You gotta be careful. You don't want to pull the flower off the fruit, the zucchini. So
And
you
then
just take your male
and you just rub
and
it
you
together.
just rub it like that. And that's it.
I think it's amazing to me how God planned all, male, female, male, female.
So that's pollinated.
And you can have several. You can pollinate several with
One
one
male.
male,
Really easy.
yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder.
So it can get around. I don't care what he says.
Oh. But
So
yeah.
let's go look at rhubarb. We don't have anything else to show you. Oh yeah, I do. Here's his
They're not
tomato
really that
plants.
big. The tomato plants.
They're growing. We're gonna put them in big pots.
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
Look at
my
that one.
friends.
That one's huge.
He's a landscaper. They're landscapers.
See
so
that big one?
I'm gonna see if I can get some landscaping pots so I can
What kind
bring
is
them in the
that?
house.
Is that a tomato?
That is a.
Oh, you didn't write it. Oh yeah,
I
you
did.
did.
It's a Dutchman tomato.
Dutchman.
And then
That one's getting big.
this one's really getting big too. But some of these, I just wrote tomato on it. And then this one, that's a tomato pineapple. And
Pineapple
get out of
tomato?
there. Get back here, because you're what's going in with the.
They said chickens don't eat those, so I don't know.
Yeah, they do.
That's not what I read in my Amish book.
Well, they do. So I don't know. I have a pepper.
Yeah, he's got some peppers in here too.
Oh, I think that's. Oh, here's a paprika pepper.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and.
I think what we're gonna do is, we're gonna try to get electric out to the studio, and then we can move them out there
Yeah, and we can put them in Mom's room too, because I
Yeah,
don't think
in
she'll
Mom's
be here
room.
this summer. So
this winter.
this winter, and that's what I want to do is put them in pots because I am so late, and this way I can.
We can have
Yeah.
tomatoes all winter.
Yeah.
The bad
so-
thing about putting them in Mom's room is our house is tiny, like 800 square feet, and it kind of cuts down on a place for the cats.
Well,
So I was thinking if we could get like heat, electric out to the studio. And he does have some friends that can help us out, and
Oh. Yeah.
so we'll see. That's our plan before winter.
But,
Let's go look at the rhubarb.
Here.
Clint's giving them a grasshopper.
Well, good job. You lost it.
Did he lose it or did he eat it?
Uh-oh.
Which one? They need water. Yeah, I knew they needed food. Is that an egg? Honey, there's eggs down in here. There's eggs over here.
Where?
Behind here.
That's because of that
I know, but there's like
crabby butt.
4 or 5 of them on the other side. Might be easier to get to.
We can put them in. Put them in water. You can put them in water. Hi guys. No telling how old they are.
No telling.
But when they have eggs, boy, look at that size of that
I
thing.
know, they're huge.
That's got to be a double yoker.
I don't know.
You can shake them.
If you shake them and you hear water, they're no good. But if you put them in water and they float, they're no good.
None of them shake.
So we'll put them in water later.
I want to crack it. I don't care if it's good or not. I want to see how. We don't get very. There are some chickens that lay only
double yolkers. So that's cool. They actually, I saw that on Facebook where they were amazed that every egg that they cracked from the store was double yolkers, and then they started looking at. Yeah, I told you that they needed some food earlier.
Yeah, I thought so.
But they actually sold just double yolkers in the.
They don't do that here. I didn't even know.
I didn't know they could do that, and she was like, "What's up with that?" And then she started looking, and it actually said double yolkers on on the thing that she bought.
Oh, water.
So everybody's getting watered and fed, and when the deer come and they drink the water, so they drink like the goat water and the cat water, and it's crazy. It's funny, but you know, we don't mind feeding the wildlife and stuff. So there's our goats. That's Loco, Honey Bunny, Honeysuckle, and then Whispered On. Those are the only three we have left. So our rhubarb's over here. I usually pick it for my friend. We've been trying to kill it. Yeah, some of it's right ready. She said you just pull it like that. Oh, there's a critter or something. Scared me. Rhubarb. My friend says they're wonderful, but I've never gotten into rhubarb. But the leaves are poisonous on rhubarb. I don't know what that noise is. I hope it's not a snake. We looked out here the other day because we were looking for chickens, or not for chickens, for the deer. And there was a skunk out here. Yeah. Family of skunks. Oh. Yeah, the one time I picked it out here for her, I got down and I like cut them all. And she comes out one time and she's like pulling them. I'm like, oh, well that's good. Good way to do it. I must have pulled that one. This is us living on a farm. When Mom was alive, my mom should be like, send me some rhubarb, so I would cut it and process it. So I just cut it down, put it in those bags, freezer bags, and then I would just mail it to her, and then she would freeze it, because rhubarb in Texas, she said, were so expensive, and she liked to keep it on hand. Trying to get to these over here without like stepping on any skunk babies or anything. If I don't like it, it'll be processed. Jeez. For my friend, I'd be like, hey, I got you some rhubarb. Those are big pieces. But I've never really gotten into rhubarb because it reminds me of celery. And celery and dessert. Just weird.
on there, babe?
You know it. Oops. I don't want all of it, but that's quite a bit. Oh. Do we have currants? Cool.
We're gonna try to dig some up.
Dig some currants? What do you mean dig them?
Dig hot plants up.
Whoa. I think that's all I'm gonna pick. There's a couple more maybe. Do we have any apples?
Well, not really. I gotta print all the Elm Trees.
Yeah. Hey, don't want to break them in half. I think I'm going to call it good and then let the rest go to seed, so we'll have some for next year. Let's see, let's look at the apple trees. We have a couple of apple trees.
Yeah, the goats almost killed
The goats. We need to trim the elms out of them. Then we can see more of what we have, but yeah. They tried to kill them, but we had, one year we had like 6 5-gallon buckets. 6 or 8 from these 2 trees. It was crazy.
Yeah, all that mainly the elm trees. There are apple leaves in the center, but a lot of that's some stupid
Goats.
elm trees, and then the goats
Oh,
kill the
yeah.
bark off them.
Yeah, and so wildlife will kill your trees. These have been here for a long time. At least 25 years, because we've been here that long.
Well, maybe.
But they're probably 35 years or so old.
Oh, probably. Maybe older.
But yeah, we'll have to trim them and see what we have.
They've been trimmed because they're all
Circle.
like that, so they've been cut off, and then
Yeah.
so.
Then we have an apricot tree that we hardly ever get apricots on. Let me show you. Okay, so here is our apricot tree. This, and adjacent to the garden, is right here. So there's a garden. Apricot tree. We've only got apricots on it one time. Any measurable amount. And that was, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, because the buds freeze. It is always like totally loaded and then they freeze. So it's about 25 years, no, about 23 years between times. Because when we first moved out here, right before we moved, we were looking at the house. The guy down the road, was his brother's house, and he came and was gathering apricots. And then 2 or 3 years ago, there was tons. It's the only time we've ever had them. So, anyways, so let me show you the pear tree. This is the pear tree. Yeah, we're gonna have pears this year.
Yeah, we are.
Tons and tons of pears. I love the flavor of pears. I don't like the texture. So typically might make like 1 or 2 batches of pear preserves. Sorry, I was pulling weeds. But usually I give them all to my friends, Charlotte and Steve, our besties that live nearby, and they come and they pick them all and they'll eat on them for months. So cool, that's kind of fun. Last year they froze, so it's really nice to have like a whole batch. And we did have had a couple of trees over here that were bearing fruit, and the goats got in there and ate it. That one, the biggest one right there, I have a handful of weeds, but he he was bearing fruit. He actually had like 5, you know, so he was getting pretty big sized. And then they ate them. So we're hoping we end up, there's one down there that's kind of growing. So maybe we'll have a little pear orchard here sometime. When we first moved in, this guy wanted us, I think he only wanted to pay us like 50 bucks. He wanted to transplant this tree down to his property. Sorry. This is down by the highway, in case you can't tell. And I was like, we are not selling, selling our pear tree. It's in too good of shape. So, and then those are elm trees. They'll come and they'll cut them down because of the power lines. So, and it does, I mean, it's a nice noise blocker, but yeah. So let me show you the baby chicks, just an update on those, and we'll wrap up this video. So I wanted to explain about these weeds. Sorry. We're walking back up to the house. This is white top, and it's a very intrusive weed. And if you have too many on your property, you can get fined. So I thought, well, they're flowering. They haven't seeded yet. So I picked a whole bouquet, which I'm just going to toss in the trash. So anyways, let me show you the babies. There they are. There's Glenny. They're about ready to come out. I think maybe this weekend we'll let them out. There's the mama and the babies. Oh, that one's got little fuzzies on his feet. They're getting big.
Hi, sweetheart.
They're not really, though, are they?
I'm not trying to. Yeah.
Oh, you have another one sitting?
Over here, yeah.
And over here, we have another setter.
You got 3.
So just in time for these guys, I figured this weekend maybe we can let them out.
Yeah, I think
kind of
so,
keep an
too.
eye on them and see.
Yeah, especially with the roosters.
Well, the roosters, and make sure they can't get out. And there's the mama, the newest one.
Hi.
We're gonna have a whole conglomeration of critters.
I put food up for you, sweetheart.
Food and water.
Yeah, I did. Love you.
Isn't she cute? I think she's the one that was sitting with the baby.
She was.
Yeah.
I think she was. There's Reba.
There's
She
Reba.
got a little spot on her neck where
Yeah, where the cat got her.
got her, but other than that,
We saved her.
she's doing good.
And then there's Mr. Glenn. Mr. Glenny.
He's getting so big.
They're getting big. But yeah, it's about time to let them walk around and experience life on the outside.
Yeah, and that way Barbara Jean can, not Barbara, Goldie can get in there and have more room for her babies.
Yeah, we'll move her down.
Yeah, because they're not ready to be
out. No.
out. They're still so tiny.